It's a little showbiz talk.
Babies,
Oh,
babies.
The babies
Let's
are
sharing.
Let's get. Well, you know what time it is.
It's sharing time, people.
You gotta
share the link.
You
Don't
gotta
make us
get.
beg.
You gotta get that sharing done. You gotta get it done.
Don't make us beg. Just share the link, okay?
That's right. I mean, there's not. It's about as simple as it gets. You see a link, guess what? You share it. That's what you do.
It's movie night, babies.
The babies are we the baby? No, the people are the babies.
No, the people are the babies. We're the talent.
Right.
You want to call us that? The gang is joined by. I'm just gonna say things as I type it. Garrett Smith of at I like, and then it's gonna auto-populate.
I like the movie. I like the movie.
Why is it not?
As far as I'm concerned, my sharing's done. I've done my sharing.
Oh wait, is it the number 2?
I don't know. Yeah. No, it's the number 2.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. I'm positive.
Yeah, it is.
Not. No, it isn't.
I'll bet you $5.
You can't. Right, I just tagged him.
All right, you too late.
Garrett, is he on the private chat? Is Garrett in the thing? He can tell us. Okay, it's a number 2. Okay, Ty.
Hey.
You were right. I gave you the right bell. You were right.
Thank you. Timmy, the professor.
Son. Yes, son.
How are you?
Wonderful.
Okay. Is the sharing done? Do you have the sharing done?
I'm screwing it up, obviously. I spelled it wrong.
Damn it. This guy can't multitask.
Well, okay, when you put in the number 2, it populates as saying, I like to TO movie. So you put in the number 2, but then Facebook.
Finish this sentence, Facebook. I like to.
Raising Arizona. Okay, Ty, I did.
Sharon's done.
Shared.
Sharon's done. Good to have you. Good to have you back. We got the crew. We got Timmy. We got a show coming your way. We've got Garrett Smith from the popular segment Movie Night, obviously. And also he's from the famous podcast, I Like the Movie. You can find him at Philadelphia. He'll be talking about it. He'll tell you about it. It's not, you don't want to hear it from me. You want to hear it from him.
Great movie, though.
Raising Arizona coming your way. I hope you people watched it.
Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it now because we're gonna have 40 minutes.
Not.
It wasn't it was not what I was expecting.
Me neither.
I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't that, and I was so happy to be wrong.
I thought it was going to be more like, what's that? Is it called Garden State?
With
like more of like a sappy like
a chick flick type of thing.
But like a less violence. I didn't know there was going to be. I like the amount of violence in this one, but we'll get to it. What do we got for us?
Well, first,
I want to know how your day was.
This is the biggest and most important part of this show: is how the day go.
How's your day, big guy?
My day? Yep. I'll tell you what. I did. I made some sausage and pasta meal. Some bell peps, some cherry tomatoes, a little onion, garlic.
Some of that red sauce up in there?
Made the red sauce from the juice from the tomatoes.
Get out.
So it wasn't like a deep red, but the tomatoes let that juice go after you cook them for maybe 5-10 minutes.
Typically, we like to wait till Friday to do this, but since we got this, can you give the people a cooking tip? Can you give them a quick tip?
Oh my!
The chef is in the building. When you're making sausage and peps, what is one common mistake?
Here's a tip. It's not even a mistake. Here's a tip that makes your life easier. This is how they do it in restaurants. You're cooking your sausage and peps. You get your sausage. You usually are using sausage links when you're making sausage and peps, right?
Yes.
The mistake is they put it right on the grill, right on the stove. It burns. By the time it's cooked in the middle, it's burned on the outside.
Right.
Right. So what you do is you put that sausage in a little pot of water. All right. Get it on the stove. You just cover it like you're going to braise it.
Now, let me ask you, is this water, what temp is the water? Is it boiling or is it just water?
I mean, it boils after you turn the
stove but you don't need this. You don't throw them into a boiling pot of water.
No, sir. No, you could. But I would not.
Okay.
You put it in the same room temperature water, sausages, so that way the water and the sausage reaches the boiling point at the same time. Otherwise, the water's already boiling, the sausage is room temperature, then that heat has to penetrate through the middle of it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So either way, do that, boil the sausage for 5 minutes. So it's going to cook it 50-60% of the way, then take it out and cook it on the flat top or on the grill or whatever. Now it's going to cook through the middle and be nice and crisp on the outside. Then you chop that baby up, throw it in your sausage and peps.
You're saying chop up the sausage, and then you put it in with the peppers. Correct. You don't leave the whole link in there.
I don't.
The peppers.
Now you can go a half link. You can go. You remember when we used to sell this sausage and peps at
of course.
the cafe? Yep. It was a large sausage link cut down the middle, and then you do the two pieces. But I think if you leave it completely whole, the flavor of the sauce, which hopefully you did a good job on the sauce, that's where the flavor comes from. It gets more. The flavor melds better if you have the sausage
good flavor.
Cut.
Yep. And you also got to keep in mind: are you serving these as sausage and sausage Sammys?
Let me ask you. Let me turn this around and ask you. Sausage. Are you a fan of sausage and peps sub, sausage and peps over pasta? I mean, the answer could be both, but which the answer is better?
I'm gonna say the answer is both, but different times call for different things. Like sometimes I think in a more like a party atmosphere, I'm looking for sausage on a sub.
Trying to get a hold of that.
Get a hold of it. You walk the party. You work the room. You can work the room with which
you can't do if you had a plate and a whole.
It's hard to do.
Right.
It's so hard to do.
I feel you.
Huh. So this is interesting, isn't it? Kate,
I'm not gonna say anything.
You don't even want to. You don't want to entertain what's happening right here.
I think she's either gonna pounce out. I think we're getting baited and we're gonna get switched.
She's gonna try to scare us. Is that what's happening? Look at her childhood pillow right there. It's probably one of the kids she babysits. Probably took his pillow right from me.
Guys. I'm so tired.
Oh, sorry.
It's waking up.
Okay. Hey, Kate.
How you feeling? Hey, how you feeling in there?
I'm pretty tired.
You didn't die though this time.
No.
It seems like you wasted that jeweled gown though.
Not a lot of love going on in the chat. Come on, people. We need to get some love going. Kate's here. She's got a sash on. She's got it. What does that say?
Oh, it's just a pageant I won.
Oh, she's misinformed. So that's a little bit of both. What is that? A replica Cameron Diaz from The Mask dress?
No.
What made you? What was the occasion that put that dress in your closet? The first, what was the thing?
I wanted to. I saw it in the window and I had to have it.
You saw it in the window. What of an old lady's house? Were you walking by some elderly woman's house and she was dancing
to death with her own shoes and took her dress?
Was she shadow dancing by herself? And you're like, I gotta kill that woman and take her dress.
I
took her dentures and smashed them in her hands right in front of her. Just sprinkle her teeth. Yeah. Give me the dress.
Give me the dress.
Give me the dress, or I'll do this with your leg.
I'll break your hips. Every single last one of them. Give me that dress. I need it.
All your hips.
Every one of those damn hips.
I got it because I thought this would be a good dress to be buried in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little long. It's a little longer than we're used to seeing for your
gown,
your usual
my
wardrobe.
Gown. I was taking a nap.
Yeah, I know.
Now, typically, Kate, people don't get buried with the crown or the sash. That's typically. I mean, I've never been at a pageant winner's funeral.
Could be in her will, maybe in her her will.
Listen, make me a promise, Kate, and I don't want to see that you die. I don't want to. I hope you live forever. I think. From the bottom of my heart that you will outlive me. I do. I honestly feel that.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
thanks, guys.
In the unfortunate event that it doesn't happen, can I have the crown and the sash? Can you leave me?
You got it. It's yours, buddy.
All right. This is recorded.
Do you want either one, Tim? Do you want either?
Do you want the dress?
I want some of her paintings. Okay. I want that couch. If we're claiming stuff now.
Oh, that's right. Also, it's a shame that the chat isn't fired up. George is giving something away tonight.
Oh, that's right. George is giving something.
Away.
We got to fire this up, people.
Where's
the
people
gang?
Are chatting, there's going to be no giveaways. And we got to make sure George gives away.
I hope tonight.
What can I do?
These people.
What can I do to help?
Take the bottom 1.5 feet off the dress.
Bukaki's in the building. It's been so long.
He's finally back.
John Bukaki. Johnny boy, have you seen Raising Arizona? Because
you better have.
We need some people who've seen it because I'm so happy that it was so good.
Hi, John. Me too.
In the meantime, we got a couple crazy current events to go over. Craziness. Oh boy, strap in.
Tell us about them.
All right. Now, Tim, Kate, let me ask you a question. What do you think right now? Worst case scenario, if you're out on like a field trip, what's the worst case scenario? You were out on a field trip before the corona started. What's the worst case thing?
I can tell you because I lived it. It would be to be stuck in another country.
You were stuck in another country. That's true. You were stuck, but
bear attack.
That's it.
Straight up. For me, that's usually the worst case scenario, no matter what. A bear attack.
True. All right, but Kate, you were stuck outside the country. Terrible experience. Let me just Tim. Why don't you add a couple elements? Kate was already.
What if you were caught? So already, I think the Brandon Petruska. What's up, doggy dog?
BP. What's up, BP?
I'm
calling him BP.
BP. If you have the threat of an animal attack, what if you're also you're away from home? Kate's element. You're away from home. Threat of an animal attack, and you're in a haunted element. Maybe you're in a haunted house. A haunted boat. A haunted castle.
Kate, did you not read the homework? Did you not read our story?
I got trapped. I went down like a slippery slope. I started reading about seals. Yes, the answer is yes. I read it.
Okay.
It's crazy though, right?
It is a crazy story. It's
put up. I don't know if we can put it up, but read. Tell us about it, Ty.
All right, we got it. What's happening here in Germany? This is the most wild part. Not the most wild part, but it's definitely terrible. This Bolivian orchestra goes on a trip of probably their lifetime, saving up. Bunch of investors probably raise money to send it. Do I hear the ice cream?
I'm not going. I'm not doing it tonight. I'm putting it on quarantine. Wait, I cannot do it. Mon and Mel Sweet Scoops. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. I'm getting too fat.
I think they do it on purpose. It feels like they only come over.
Wait a second. Hold up, Tim.
They probably do.
You're not going to get it? You're not. Are you telling me right now you're not going to get it?
Guys, I mean,
are you not going to get the ice cream?
You want me to go get it?
I'm just saying you've never not gotten to get it.
All right,
I feel like that.
All right, these are my people, and they deserve my business. By the time I come back, Garrett's going to be on. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes.
Okay.
If we stay.
Yeah. I'll just tell you, the Bolivian orchestra goes to Germany, right? They're singing or whatever in a castle. They get stranded there, and now it's haunted.
Yep.
And to add insult to injury, there's dozens of packs of wild wolves surrounding the castle, so they can't leave. Not only does the virus have them captive, but the wolves howl at them every time they step foot outside of the property. Can you imagine a more nightmare scenario? You're 17 years old. You're singing. You're at an orchestra. I don't know what orchestras do. Do they sing? Do they play? It doesn't matter. They're doing none of it right now. You can't sing to the wolves. Is that a movie? If it's not a movie, Singing with the Wolves, is that a movie?
It will be, I think, after this, right? Yeah. Those poor kids. Well, didn't one of them say that she ran into two in the wild when she was taking a walk?
She saw two wolves. Yeah, as Garrett says, our movie guy, that is the premise of 3 different Liam Neeson movies.
See, he would know. Yeah.
And they beg the question, who writes this stuff? Nobody writes it. It happens. One of these kids in the orchestra, is probably writing notes down, gonna be a freaking a box office success. All the other kids aren't gonna get anything from it, but
poor kids.
Can you imagine a worse scenario?
No, but they're saying that it's horrible to live in a castle.
It's gotta be a haunted castle.
So?
Do you like ghosts? Are you cool with ghosts?
I mean, clearly I'm not cool with ghosts.
No,
but I mean,
you don't even like your own demons, let alone another one.
No. How many people can say that they lived in a haunted castle? I mean, not many.
Yeah,
not many.
Because most of them never make it out alive. Haven't you seen any movie? The odds are slim. That's the thing. The odds are slim.
What if the wolves want to be in this orchestra? How about that? What if the wolves orchestrate it? This whole thing. What if they did?
True. What if, or what if it's the teacher? What if the orchestra was kind of like getting egos, you know? Yep. They're not playing in sync. They're kind of like all thinking that they're the best part of the orchestra. And the teacher's like, you know what? I'm going to teach my orchestra. I'm going to get some team bonding going on. So I'm going to surround us in this with ghosts and rabid wolves.
It probably was her.
I got to tell you, they're starting to work as a team. I guarantee that. And
the wolves. Yeah.
Scary situation. I hope everybody's safe. That's all I say. And I think they will be.
I think I would like it. I think I need a change of pace.
You would like to be in a haunted mansion with 17-year-olds. What's the scariest part? If you were with them right now, what would be the worst part? Would it be the wolves? Would it be the ghosts? Or would it be the fact that you're with 17-year-olds?
It would be them, and it would be their language that they use. I would hear literally like 1,000 times a day. You know it.
Well, because they're not from the United States? Is that what you're saying?
They would say the word literally because they're in that age group.
Yeah.
I would hate it. True. That would be the worst part. I could handle the wolves. I'd probably throw myself on top of the wolves. You
would beg for the wolves. You would beg for
to kill me.
Yeah. After the another announcement, we got a little bit of news coming for people. I think they already probably know it. If they pay attention to the hashtag real news. Patio seating.
Hungry like the wolf. I like it.
Yeah.
Thanks, John.
That's a song. Hungry like the wolf. Right?
It is a song.
It was in a movie, Take Me Home Tonight. And probably other shit. But
yeah,
patio seating is opening up next week. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh.
Early June.
That's exciting, I guess.
Yeah, Valley Restaurant.
I like to sit. I love sitting.
I don't know what that's going to do for hashtag Takeout Friday, but
I think it'll still work.
Hopefully people still listen. Hopefully they still interact. But it's not about us. It's not about us.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit about us.
Yeah,
what
Jason
if they
Brown,
sat out
with wolves? I knew there was something. I knew.
Oh, Kevin Costner. Jason Brown. Hi, Jason.
I think that's a different one. There's a couple. It's a very common name.
Really?
Yeah, that's not the Jason Brown that does comedy. Well, he might do comedy, but he doesn't do the comedy that you've seen. Everybody does comedy these days.
Everybody.
We're all comedians.
I know. Do you say that? Do you say when people ask you what you do, or do you say I'm a comedian?
No. I
sell golf
clubs. I usually start screaming at the top of my lungs and run and leave the party if I'm at a party. Or if I'm in public, I set fire to the closest thing and I just avoid the conversation.
That's a good joke. Yeah, that's how they know that you're.
But did you hear what the big man in the White House wants to do? He wants to take away social media from us.
What?
Katie wants to take away social media from us.
Tyler, I won't let that happen to you. I want
to. Why he doesn't want to take away Twitter from me?
He's not, Tyler. He's not going to take away from you. It's okay.
But he won't take it away. I can't find out what the Jonas Brothers are doing.
It's going to be fine. Tyler, he won't take it.
What are the Jonas Brothers eating for breakfast?
He's not going to take it from you. I promise.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh man, we have fun here, huh?
I liked watching you cry. I'm not gonna lie.
Did it make you feel good?
I felt good a little bit. Yeah.
Were you impressed with my acting?
It was. So much.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign that I could cry good?
That's like your superpower. You're very good at
it. My only acting. Hey, what can you? He can cry good. You can't see him. You can't see his face. He'll just sound like he's crying. Basically,
I love it when he covers his face.
It's an audible cry.
I said
basically like if he's got it on the phone to a girlfriend or something.
All the girls chime in.
I want to get back together with you, gentlemen. How am I going to drive to school? You're the only way I can get to school. Okay, yeah, you're up. You gotta act. You gotta act.
No. What do you? I know. I real cry. Have you like cried for real in like
In
a
my
public
life,
setting or
yes, I've cried.
no, like in an embarrassing place?
I cried. No, I don't. I try not to cry in front of people, but
well, nobody tries to cry in front of people, but
I hold it in, and then I let it out at any movie. I cried at Raising Arizona.
I did too.
Yeah,
I did too. I knew that was gonna get me. I knew it was gonna get me. I cried, Tyler, in front of my grad school class. I got up to do a presentation.
Was it an acting presentation? Was it supposed to happen?
It was a business class. No, it wasn't supposed to happen.
She's really selling this proposal. This Venn diagram really got to her, huh?
Yeah, they were moved by it. My voice, because my presentation didn't work, and I had to use my iPad. Everybody else had theirs on like big screens all around the classroom, except for me, because I technologically challenged in other ways as well. But I had to hold the iPad up, and I had like jokes on it.
Okay, go ahead.
And no one was like seeing the jokes. You know how like
you're not supposed to do jokes on the
for my project. It was like
are they beeping? They're beeping at us.
What's happening?
Unless somebody's getting robbed.
Oh,
it's either a good thing or a bad thing. What if Tim? What if Tim just robbed what if he just stole the ice cream cart and he's gone mad? What if Tim's
trying to make his own movie?
What if he snapped out there? Like Tim's like, can I get a cookie? Can I get a chocolate chip cookie with vanilla? Like, oh Tim, sorry, we're out of chocolate chip cookie, and he loses it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's inspired by the Raising Arizona movie.
Okay.
Here he comes.
I'm back, baby. Where's Garrett?
He's coming in. We're waiting for you.
Oh, yeah.
Babies, look
I
at
gotta
this.
turn a light on.
Look at this.
It's pretty dark in here.
Look at the size.
Look at Gareth on that. Huh? Woo.
Look at the size. Mon and Mel's.
Good.
Sweet scoops.
Love it.
Listen.
I'll be back.
You got an event at your company. You doing something for the kids. They'll come to your house or they'll come to your business park. Serve everybody all day. Can I get 2 of my co-hosts on screen with me at one time? Jesus. Well, you actually you requested that I got the sandwich.
Well, no, I know you, but all right. We're going to bring on I hope everybody listening in the chat right now has watched our movie last night. The recommendation comes from our guru himself. He needs no introduction, but we're going to give it to him anyway. Ladies and gentlemen of the After Dark fan base, put your hands together for Garrett Smith.
Oh, hey, thanks.
There's a smattering of just
they're out there.
Can you email me one of those sandwiches? That looks delicious.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Where do you live? You live in Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, I do.
No, next time you're in the Valley.
All right.
Sandwich party.
Mon and Mel's. Garrett, what's up, dog?
How are you, dude?
I'm good, man. I got to tell you, early reports coming in from Raising Arizona. Couple thumbs up coming your way, man.
I think so. Did I finally nail it, Kate? Did I find a movie that you enjoyed?
She's not listening.
She can't even hear me.
You've nailed 100% of the movies so far, Garrett. I don't appreciate anybody says.
Can you hear us now, Kate? Are you back? Are you in? Is it fine? I don't know, Garrett, if you saw, but I was crying. And I think
I heard. Wait, I'm curious what in Raising Arizona made you tear up.
Oh yeah, what made
was it the end, the very end, where they were old?
I got a little teary, to be honest with you, when the cop when she was teary the first time. I felt her a little bit there.
Yeah,
and we have empathy.
Empathy, I do have it, even though I there's
convinced by that.
And then another time was when she said she was barren.
Oh yeah,
it made me cry.
I just get a little, I'm like, that sucks, man. She's
definitely the most sympathetic character in the movie, I think.
She has moments where she's not. Like, she has some moments where she's so over the top and she just stole a baby, and you're like, you have. But then she goes, she realizes at the end.
Actually,
I wanted her to have it. I wanted her to steal that baby and keep that baby.
I was really wondering how it would end. I wasn't sure if she was going to keep it because
this is the only part. I only have 2 false notes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The scene before this when they were too lenient on him and just let him out in 18 months. He's robbing people.
Well, he makes a big point of that he doesn't use live rounds, right?
Right.
His guns are never loaded, and so they're technically, I guess, not. What does he say? They're not like assaults.
Yeah, it's not a armed robbery.
Right.
Wait, is that for real though? Could I go walking around?
I don't know. By this movie's
bullets?
logic, it is for sure.
I'm gonna try it.
100%. Do it tonight.
All right.
We'll talk about it tomorrow. That'd be awesome.
I will.
I think I agree with you, though, Ty, a little bit with like by the 4th time that he robbed the place, you lose all sympathy for his character.
Right.
You're too. I was starting to build it up because he was changing his ways and stuff. And he's got the kid and the wife in the car.
Yeah.
And he does it anyway. And you're like, you're too stupid to function. You're too, which is the point of his character. I get it.
Right.
It's funny that you realize it late at that point in the movie.
But wait, I kind of think, follow me on this train of thought. He's like a total cartoon character in this movie, right?
Sure.
H.I. McDonough. It's like a full-on Nick Cage, like total cartoon character performance. Yeah. And yet he's like the most grounded character in the movie. Like in the world of this movie, everybody else is somehow even crazier than
even
he
the
is.
cop, the lady cop. That's what they call them, right? Lady cops.
Yeah, they call
lady
them
cop. Lady cop.
Even she has this alarming like kind of thing about her, right? Where you're like, is she going to be the crazy one?
Right.
Like, because she went from being the cop to let's steal his fucking baby right now.
Yeah, I mean, their rationale is they have 5. That's more than anyone needs. We can have 1.
Well, there's no way they can love all of them.
Yeah,
they are right. You know what?
That's a lot of babies at the
end,
same time.
I thought at the end when they were giving the baby back, which and the dad was just like, wait a second, don't leave yet. Let's talk. What made you steal my baby? I just want to know. I just need to know. And I thought for a second he was going to be like, you know what? Just take him.
I thought the same thing. I
thought that too.
Yep.
You did.
Can you go ahead, Tim?
Well, I was just going to say this isn't exactly about that, but this movie, what I love so much about it, because Garrett, like a week or 2 ago, I said how I like movies that go completely in a different direction, like Cabin in the Woods type of, you really don't expect the kind of thing to happen.
Yeah.
And I think this movie fits into that category because it was semi-serious. It was silly. It had a Coen Brothers kind of feel, but it was somewhat serious. And then I'm trying to think of the moment when you're like, oh, this movie's insane. Yeah. It was like, I don't know if it's when John Goodman burst out of the ground and just screamed for like 3 straight minutes. And you're like, this is, they made the choice to put this in the movie. And then the guy on the motorcycle, like it goes so far past.
Tim, he looks just like you. That guy looks just like you.
Hashtag agree. Agree.
Thanks, gang.
You're welcome.
I thought the guy in the motorcycle. I thought the guy in the motorcycle was Nick Cage's like alter ego, like part of his. You know how in Fight Club he's got like a split.
Well, there's some theories about that. I don't know if you went down any rabbit hole with the movie, but there's some theories that. Because the Coen Brothers, all their movies are like rife with symbolism. There's some theories that guy represents the badness that's inside of Nick Cage. There's also people who there's like, because they have the same tattoo. So people are like, is it his dad? And he abandoned him when he was a kid. But that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. But they're like the same age.
I think it's what he's most afraid of becoming.
Right.
It's what he fears the most. The first time we see that character appears to be in a dream of H.I.'s. Like H.I. appears to be dreaming about that character. Eventually that character obviously comes into the movie, but the first time we meet him, he's like a dream of H.I.'s I don't know, he's like subconscious or whatever.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think he was real. Exactly. I was like, this is not a real person.
People in the comments love this movie, by the way.
Everybody. I think we're all pro this movie. I think this movie.
Well, no. Sid
said she walked out. She walked out.
What? Why?
I used to be friends with her.
Well, this was 1987 when she did that. So
she didn't. She also said that the movie was the theater was on fire. So that's why.
Is that what you said? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. So, Garrett, can I say something to you?
Yes,
May
please.
I say something?
Of course.
Oh my God,
he's pulling this shit again.
She talks whenever she wants, but then she gets this like, oh, can I speak now?
Oh, please, Master,
you guys hold me down.
May I have some kibble, Mr. Garrett?
Despite me leaving for other shows and coming never on time.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say. Oh, my goodness.
Garrett, she left us last Friday.
You abandoned them?
Gone, Kate. Gone.
I did.
Gone.
I have to say, Garrett.
Yes.
Loved this movie.
Yes, I nailed one. I love it. I love this. This is great. I was so excited to nail one.
3?
No.
All
right.
No.
No, I liked Cop Car. Car.
You liked Cop Car, but I'm trying to feel out like what is Kate's actual taste in movies.
I like movies that are smart.
Oh my god! She's just mean.
Yeah,
she's one of these ones too who like the movie can be smart, like it could be like Airplane, like a brilliantly written comedy, but because it's stupid, it's bad.
No, I liked Airplane.
Don't fucking lie to me, Kate.
I did. I just think it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just can't look. I just can't look past the muscles.
That wasn't the
I'm
movie.
scared.
I would be.
Would you say Cop Car the script was not as smart as this? I think it was a smarter script.
Totally different.
Totally different.
So different that you can't even. This was an art movie. This was an art-based movie.
It's a
Cop Car had artistic
movie.
Right. Cop Car had artistic aspects to it, but it wasn't a purely art, focused movie. I don't think.
That made me feel other things like fear and anxiety. This one, I was like, it made me cry.
Yep.
I really cried at the end, and I think it ruined my day, but I liked it. I did like it.
Did you make any notes, Kate? I made a few notes.
I did.
Okay.
Okay.
I just want to.
Who wants to go first?
Mine's not very deep, so mine will be very fast. This first one. Just some of the quotes from this movie I think are so funny. But he said, I forget. I think it was Nick Cage was saying something to somebody, and he said, "I'm crapping you negative." He's saying instead of "I shit you not," he said, "I'm crapping you negative."
Oh, I didn't catch
which is
that.
such a. I've never heard that in my life. I don't know if that's a real saying or if they made it up for the movie. I thought that was so funny, though.
He has a bunch of insane backwards dialogue like that throughout.
Well, I think there's like in every one of the movies that we've watched so far, the character is somebody that I know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like I also know Nick Cage's character in this, where not very smart, but tries to appear very smart, but ends up saying things like, I crap you negative.
Yeah.
That doesn't make you smart just because you found a different way to say
he almost has a biblical way of talking in this movie. Like the way he speaks, he said like she said her womb was barren and my seed cannot make purchase. The guy's an idiot, but he's talking like that at the same time.
Okay, what are some of your notes over there? Misinformed.
Okay. So I don't know how far you guys took this. I went deep diving. So well, first of all, I have to just say, I mean, how can I not say this part? Remember the dog and the cops, that whole huge chase scene?
Okay, it wasn't when John Goodman comes out of the ground. It was when there was a pack of dogs chasing the cops, and the cops are just shooting for no reason.
That was the moment. Just shooting at every aisle.
Yes.
And that little boy that worked there.
It's like different people from the town just start joining in. Like they just... It's so good. It establishes the world of this movie so well, where like you've got this like really rich dude who's sort of like kind of like protected from all of this stuff. He never has to see any of this chaos, and everybody else in this world is like participating in this like nonstop Looney Tunes chaos.
Yeah,
I feel like he's a bad dad. If we're really going to talk about everything, I feel like this guy's bad. Yeah. Because right here, he talks about his furniture company. He's like, oh, yeah, my kid's missing. But also, we're still selling furniture. Don't you forget about it.
I was going to say, when you guys were talking about how you eventually got off board with HI when he like robbed his fourth convenience store or whatever, I feel like for me, the movie ultimately comes out on like the real criminal of this movie is this guy. And HI is like a fairly normal person that just has like basically like a weird fetish for crime.
Yeah. I hated this guy too. I hated the
I hated him.
He was awesome. And his wife. The whole family sucked.
She was and then they wanted the baby. Like, why did so many people want this baby?
All of the normal people in this movie are slime balls.
Right? And they all wanted the baby.
And the criminals, HI, who is labeled a criminal, is actually like a decent person. or trying to be a decent person.
I don't think any of them would be a good parent. I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
No, of course they wouldn't.
But I have to say, because Garrett, I know you tuned in last night, so you heard my half-hour story. But the dogs getting out and the cops, and they're yelling and doing the directions. I can't help but think that like that's
PTSD,
life imitating art. I feel
well, it's also very much like a Looney Tunes sequence. I think there's a lot of like cartoony stuff in this movie.
The dogs keep multiplying, which I think is the funniest part of the whole thing.
It's very like zany. Is like a good word to describe this movie.
Yeah,
I like the ladies in the supermarket with their curlers in their hair.
I
like all of it.
It had a and I don't even know who. Oh yeah, it's Tim Burton. Never mind. But it had a an Edward Scissorhands feel to it also in terms of how people were dressed and the color of the settings, that sort of Midwest teal and pink polo ties and that kind of stuff.
Like what you're wearing right now.
That's why I chose the.
I know.
Yeah.
I was excited to hear your take on the bolo tie.
Oh well, the bad guy. I mean, not the bad guy, but the shitty dad had a powerful bolo tie.
Big time polo.
And one of the kids. In the end sequence where like everything kind of turns out okay in his dream, one of his grandkids has a massive bolo tie on also at the end of the table. Yeah.
Yep. You know what? The scene that I thought was the looniest, the zaniest. And it was your original scene when the guy when Goodman comes out of the mud.
He's
like I can't figure out how he escaped. How did they escape?
I know.
This movie, I should have looked this up. Maybe one of you did. Was this movie before or after Shawshank? Because that's like a direct reference to Shawshank Redemption, comes out of the ground, pouring rain, and he yells into the air.
This is a good question.
Hold on.
That's supposed to be a parody, or
if you like.
Shawshank is 1994, so Shawshank is like
they parodied,
like 6 or 7 years after Raising Arizona.
Okay, all right, so they must have seen this first. You have to think. You have to think because Shawshank's one of the best movies ever made.
Wait, what was first, Shawshank or this?
What?
This was first. Shawshank came like 6 or 7 years after this.
But the thing that I didn't like about the scene was, and not that I didn't like it, was still funny, but they get out. They don't. What do they just hold their breath through the mud? I don't know how they did it.
It's poop.
It ends up being shit.
Yeah.
And but they get out of the jail.
Wait, my favorite part of that though is when he reaches back into the mud and pulls the other guy out
with one hand.
And
he just screams.
And
it's amazing.
And then they start screaming no more than 200 yards from the prison that they just escaped from.
Oh, it's raining.
Real stupid.
Well, you know,
at the end,
maybe don't scream.
But like I think they're so over the top of this movie that they didn't even care about, because obviously you can't pull someone with one arm anyway. But at the end of the movie, when he's having his dream, the John Goodman and the other guy return to prison via the tunnel, and they very clearly are walking down a ladder. That's in there. Like they don't try to disguise it. Paul Spratt coming in. This movie rules.
Yeah, and Sid's coming in. She's coming in way late, trying to clear something up from before. She said when she snuck out of she left Raising Arizona in the theater because she was 10 years old and she snuck into the wrong movie. Now,
that's a good reason. It's a great reason.
Sid, this movie would freak me out if I was 10.
Yeah. Also, we like to support small business here. Sid, don't
Regal Cinema's name is small business.
She's not saying she went and took her money
she
back.
Snuck into the right movie. Maybe she was headed for a life of crime, and this changed her.
Oh shit! What if it's like, what do they call that? A butterfly effect. They call it something else.
What they call it?
There's something else they call it.
They call it the Ashton Kutcher effect.
Yeah. So Garrett, I do not have all you guys here. Okay, go ahead. Sorry. You still have more notes.
I have more.
Okay,
of course I have more. So I looked these people up. So Tim, your stunt double, is Randall Tex Cobb.
Yeah.
And they said he is known, when I Wikipedia'd him, that, and that's a verb now, that he has, quote, one of the greatest chins of all time, which I found to be quite ironic because they covered it up quite nicely.
I love they didn't need the chin. They didn't need the chin for that.
They didn't need it.
Well, they didn't want him to be too handsome. They had to dirty him up. Yeah.
They got it. Yeah, I had to dirty him up. And he was a wrestler. And he was supposed to fight Muhammad Ali, but he got a broken arm, so he never had to do that. Did you guys know this?
I did not know that much. No.
I did know. I think there's though. I think I'm on the committee. Not back then, but I'm currently on the committee.
He fought Larry Holmes, and it was one of the bloodiest fights ever. So much so that who's that guy that announces it? Howard Cosell said he would quit being an announcer if they did not stop the fight.
Who won? Or did they stop
that
the fight?
part? I don't know.
Come on.
Yeah, whose blood was on the ground?
Well, he must have been a boxer, not a wrestler, right?
He was a boxer and a wrestler.
This fella, he is bad news.
Kate, whose blood was bled? Whose blood?
His boots were terrifying too. They were like dirty fur. You notice how they kept zooming in on his boot covers? They were like matted animal fur.
Now, Tyler, did you like that because you hated the other boots in Cop Car?
It's hard to say that I hated boots, Kate, but
it's all recorded.
I didn't take notice of it.
Car in the Commando movie. Sorry.
Well, it was more of the boots interacting with the shale in that, but no, I didn't take notice of this. And
okay, you didn't mind these boots.
To our loyal fan base, if you're in the comments, George keeps commenting Ali.
Muhammad.
Yeah, I know.
So he never got to fight him. And also, Tim, I don't know if you know this, but your stunt double is 6'3". Are you not? You're also 6'3", right?
6'5".
6'2"?
Taller than that.
Oh my God,
Kate.
He's shorter than you.
I'm
all right, and then
a tiny bit tall. Don't do it. Kate, I'm actually a tiny bit taller than that.
That's incredible.
Okay. This is it, Garrett. This is the thing they do that nobody likes.
Oh my God. I immediately
love
hate this bit.
Garrett, Tyler hates it so much that we have no choice but to do it.
I mean, I probably would too if that were the case, but I would like to be on record that I also hate it.
Yeah. He's just trying to throw Tyler a bone on this. He loves it. I see it in his,
all right.
in his eyes.
Bone.
Last thing. So the baby that played the junior.
Barack Obama.
Yeah. It's also
that baby grew up to be the president of the United States.
They said that baby has one of the best baby chins. That's what they're saying.
As far as baby goes, he's got a strong chin.
Good
His name is
for a baby.
TJ Kuhn. He was born in There he is. He was born in 1985.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Wait, he was born in 85.
85 is 35. I did the math.
Yep.
He never did anything besides this movie acting wise.
Okay.
He's very good in this movie. Gotta say, for a baby, very good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
One of the better
very good baby actor.
Mm-hmm.
So the family, the family of this baby, this 35-year-old man now, to this day, they still give out Raising Arizona DVDs as gifts. And also, last thing is that they picked this baby to be the lead baby because, now get this is where I feel like babies have like an unfair advantage. They picked this baby because this baby was so good at not doing anything, like not reacting to things, and they're like, "This is the perfect baby."
That's the baby.
I mean, that makes sense. There's those
babies. So
there's those crazy shots towards the end where like cars pull up really fast, like right up to, which I'm sure is like a forced perspective thing, but like still looks nuts. Like
that scene, because even the madness of this movie, I was like, "Are they gonna hit the kid?"
Yeah, I know.
Like you don't know. You still don't know if they're gonna run over the kid, which thank God they did.
Yeah. That stressed me out.
Well, that's the other thing. I don't know how the like they left the baby on the roof of the car.
How do you leave a baby on the roof?
And I've forgotten things, but
not a
every
baby.
time the baby's sitting perfectly in the center of the street. Not once is that car seat turned over.
Not once.
I mean,
not once in the 2 times they
whatever.
did it.
Now Tim's gonna be just anti me because he got a bone from Paul Spratt in there.
Yeah.
How was I anti you? What did I say?
You're anti me.
I'm fucking tired.
You're anti me.
These outbursts. George Mutant.
I'm anti Paul. I do not like Paul.
He's
on my list.
Listen, Garrett.
Yeah.
You picked this movie for a reason, though.
Yeah, well, so for one thing, I'm like a big Nicolas Cage fan. I feel like a lot of people like to poop all over Nicolas Cage and his
not me,
particular acting choices, and I think he's a very good actor, and this is one of his better performances. This is, I think, one of the best performances of
Nick Cage 2020? Is that what you're trying to say? Nick Cage 2020?
I was about to say, I would, and then I was like, oh, absolutely not. I would definitely not vote for that man. He's a maniac.
Okay, all right. Fair
Do you guys know that half the reason he does so many bad movies so frequently, and by the way, I've watched most of them, and I kind of like most of them, is because he like owns castles that he needs to pay off. He's like wildly spent money he doesn't have on really
Bolivian
insane things.
Trapped in one of them, right?
Yeah,
that's his castle.
I'm trying to find a picture on my phone. Garrett, do you know that he so he's very connected in the city of New Orleans.
Yeah,
and my wife and I that's our favorite city. We love going there. Yeah. And in New Orleans, he bought. So they're famous for their graveyards because they're above ground. You can't.
Right.
I was gonna say
they're very old and it's very cool. And you can go on like sort of tours of these graveyards. And Nicolas Cage, you can't buy these things. They're so expensive. No one can buy them. It's this whole thing, but he can. He bought his tomb already. His tomb is built, and it's a fucking pyramid.
Yeah,
there are no pyramid tombs, but Nick Cage's pyramid tomb is pre-purchased to house his dead body. And
that is amazing,
but I can't find it now.
I saw an interview with him after. Do you guys know that movie Mandy that he did like a year or two ago? If you don't, I highly recommend it. It's a really weird, trippy horror movie. I saw an interview with him after he did that, and they asked him what character he's always wanted to play, and he started answering that question by saying, "Well, I've always loved the ocean." That's how he decided to answer. What character have you always wanted to play?
Hold on. Question coming to you from longtime listener, many-time commenter, Brandon Petruska. Garrett, have you seen the picture where they accuse him of being a time traveler? If not, can we show it on here? Just Google it.
Yeah, I know what Brandon means. There's like, have you ever seen it's like a meme format. There's like a bunch of these where it's like, oh, is Keanu Reeves actually an ancient vampire? And it's like a picture of someone from 1860 that looks a lot like Keanu Reeves. That's what he's referring to.
I want to see if this works. I found the picture. I'm going to see if I can share the screen real quick. So hopefully,
I hate Keanu Reeves.
What are you talking about?
For you guys?
Hard pass. Yep, there it is.
So that's
his tomb.
That's where his tomb.
Yes. That's his eternal resting place.
Yes, it's like 15 feet high, and you can't really tell in this picture, but all the other tombs are I forget. It's like all from one or something. But you can see all the other tombs are square. They're kind of like Gothic looking. There are no other pyramids in the city, but he must have just given them because the whole thing with the Catholic Church too, like, they own all of the graveyards and it's this whole thing.
I thought he'd be a Scientologist.
No, he just follows his own.
Nick Cage.
Yeah.
So I Googled that phrase, and the first thing that came up was Nicolas Cage's tomb. The phrase on his tomb, Omnia ab uno. I Googled that. His tomb came up. It means everything from one.
There you go. Okay. Well, so also, I don't want to derail this too much, but in New Orleans also, there's, they're into haunted stuff and ghosts and this and that and voodoo and this. He also had owned a house.
I don't think you were ever on my side, Paul. Sorry, I'm talking to Paul right now.
On one of the main streets. It's not Bourbon Street. It's like Decatur or something. And it was the house they filmed part of American Horror Story, the second or whatever the Witches one was, the Witches Coven or whatever that year was. And he had owned this place. And apparently it's like he claimed that it was so haunted that it caused a few of his movies to bomb. So he sold the house, but no one would buy it because everyone's afraid of how haunted it is.
He was cursed from the Lalaurie home.
That's probably it. That's probably what it is. Which, if the whole story behind this house is, I'm not going to tell it, but it's really horrible and true. The haunted part, who knows? But what happened in there was awful. A lot of people died. So either way, part of his craziness he attributes to the haunted New Orleans house that he'd sold.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Funny.
Yep.
I've never seen a ghost, but the thought of
life, though. What a cool, can you imagine?
I see them all the time.
So crazy.
You couldn't handle it.
Life.
I can tell you that right
now.
Yeah,
I legitimately love him. I think he's like a maniac that is like actually really like, even when he's being super crazy, he's really good. Like, have you guys ever seen what's that called? Bad Lieutenant. No, well, Con Air, but Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. Do you guys know that movie?
It was called Port. I thought it was just called Bad Lieutenant.
Well, there's a movie from the Keitel, and Werner Herzog made like a loose remake of it starring Nicolas Cage called Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
Yeah. He just eats pills and is horrible.
Oh yeah, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, and he's like a total nut in it, but he's awesome. It's really, really good. But I'm also a big Coen Brothers fan. Like, I think this is one of their first movies. This is like very early in their career, and it's like, this is such a well-directed movie where it's like so well-defined. It's one of those movies where the moment it starts, you understand exactly the tone of it and like the kind of world that it exists in. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's like, it's pretty wild that this is like such an early career movie for somebody, and is like this distinct and good.
What about?
Yeah, I thought I saw it before. I never did. I loved it. Good job.
Absolutely.
Thumbs up from Tim and Kate.
Let me see. Yeah, this is their second movie, I believe.
But Garrett, so being such a Nick Cage fan, and then I'll ask you what you've done in your life because of your Nick Cage fandom.
Yeah, the shirt I'm wearing is from one of his movies. Actually, it's something a character of his wears in a movie. You've
made a game show.
Boom. Yeah,
and also, but before we get to the game show, where does this rank in your Nick Cage movies, and what's number one? I'll tell you what my number one is.
Yeah, what's your number one?
Con Air. I love Con Air so much that I made, which never got used. But me and Tim, I shouldn't say me and Tim, I made it and I shared the password with him. Yeah. I made a Cyrus the Virus Twitter page in like 2010.
It was called Cy the Vi.
Yeah. But we immediately forgot the login.
Yeah, I was like, people, they're not going to get it first. They're not going to get it first, but it's going to get a following. And you know what sucks, Ty? Because that was at least 9 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I'll bet you if we just would have stuck with it, just tweeted one thing a week for 10 years.
Yeah.
Every Con Air fan, you'd probably have 200,000 Con Air fans.
Yeah, I know.
And just sell the account and come with it. Yeah.
So, so where does this stack up? What's your number one? And then I'll ask the other two degenerates in the crew.
But. Yeah, I don't know where this stacks up. This is pretty high on my list. I have like I said, I have like a real affinity for him, and even like some of the weird bad stuff that he's done. So like I don't know. This like he did this movie Mom and Dad a couple of years ago that I really like, and this movie Knowing back in like the early 2000s. Knowing is probably a bad movie, but I love it.
That takes a turn. That takes a big fucking turn.
It's a really weird movie.
No, I won't talk about it.
But maybe my favorite though is Adaptation. Have you guys seen Adaptation?
Mm-mm. I've seen that. I like that.
Adaptation's a great movie where he plays twins who are screenwriters, and one of them is highly neurotic and the other one is extremely relaxed, and it's about one of them trying to adapt like an unadaptable book into a movie. It's like a very meta movie. It's great, and he's really, really good in it. He plays like two totally distinct characters, and is just very funny in it. I highly recommend Adaptation.
All right, that sounds good. Is that the assignment, or is that just a recommendation?
No, that's just a recommendation.
All right.
Tim, what about you? Number one. Number one.
Number one Nick Cage movie?
Yep.
Jeez. Are we counting The Rock? Because he's not exclusively the star in that movie.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, if he's in it.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite, The Rock.
The Rock. Kate?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to say this movie. I really liked it. Okay. I was very impressed.
Raising Arizona.
I thought he was great. And I forgot this part. Remember when he's like getting the baby from under the crib, and then like half hour later the guy's pulling him out from under the car? I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Heather Dara Barris?
Oh, Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas is something she loves.
Family Man is really, I don't know if you guys have seen Family Man, but that's actually a really good Nick Cage movie. I actually like that a lot. It's sort of a Hallmark type movie.
See it.
Yeah, I know that movie. Yeah, all right.
Give it a little credit as a Nick Cage fan.
Yeah.
Give Family Man a little bit.
Garrett's Garrett's noping that. He's saying, no.
I know what he's saying, but I'm giving it a yelp.
Garrett, so tell us about this game that you made.
Well, I got to figure out if I can actually play it with you guys here.
Thank you, Paul Spratt. Thank you. Family Man is fire.
Oh, God.
That's how I... Sorry, I'm done. No more Family Man talk. No more.
Oh, your mom likes it.
Oh, no, it's got some credit.
It's a movie for moms. Moms like that kind of stuff.
That's why Paul likes it.
Because he's a mom.
He's got the mentality of one.
I need to know about this game, Garrett. I need to know, and I need to know now.
I understand.
How long is this game going to take?
I mean,
don't you dare.
Yeah, you lost all credibility in how long things take.
It should only take a few minutes, but I need to be able to share my screen, and I don't know if that's a thing I can do.
Yeah, I just did it. It's on the bottom there. So you just
Okay.
You see the thing.
It
says share screen.
Yes, I do see it. Sorry, I'm just working on actually I did not prepare for this because I wasn't sure if it would work or not. I'm a dum-dum. Sorry.
Wait, did George go in your body somehow? Are you George? Is George Garrett?
I just became George for sure.
Oh my God.
I tried to ask George about this earlier and got a kind of a wishy-washy. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do it, so I didn't prepare.
Get the hell out of here.
Are you just trying to share an image?
I don't know what's happening.
You, Garrett froze. Your screen froze.
Garrett,
really?
George.
George did it to him.
George Garrett.
He gave him the old freeze.
He's haunting.
Sorry.
He's haunting him.
Now he's back.
Oh my God. He's possessed.
I think it's my
Everything
computer
from one. Everything from one, Garrett. Remember that.
Yes.
Well, can you describe the game?
So sorry.
Even if we can't play it, yeah.
Well, the game is basically like a really goofy sort of. It's called Cage Match. Here we go. I think I got it. Yeah, awesome.
Oh,
Hold
I
on.
get it.
Let me try
Cage.
this.
Yeah. What you're doing. Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
I'm gonna be bad at this. I don't really like the guy that much.
He has a lot of movies too. Like even if you're a fan, he has 110 movies that you've never seen.
Well, he's paying off debts for castles. I would have hundreds of movies as well.
And he's got a voodoo curse on him. I mean,
he's got to house Bolivian orchestra. They don't have rent money. They're not paying.
Cheap. It's not cheap.
All they can do is sing or play
for their supper. Yeah, I thought that story was weird. I don't know why you liked it so much.
Me?
With the Bolivians? That was a great story.
That's top 5.
I was out to get my ice cream, but I'm the one who found that. I scrounged that baby up this morning. I scrounged her.
I will say that's top 5 stories we've had in the program.
The wolves.
Ever?
The wolves. Yeah. You're already in a haunted.
I don't know, guys. Let's agree to disagree.
A group of a Bolivian orchestra, 17 years old amongst them. No one older than 18, probably.
No, there's a 20-year-old in there. You didn't really read it properly then, I guess, huh?
In a German castle, language barrier to start with. The German castle's haunted. Okay? They probably find out that the castle's haunted before they get stuck there. So they're probably like, I just can't wait to get the hell out of here. Then guess what? Coronavirus, boom. They're like, all right, at least we're kind of safe. Let's go walk around the yard and just see the sights. And then they find out there's wolves. Not one wolf, not even one pack of wolves.
Several packs. Like a carton. Like a carton of wolves.
Full carton of wolves.
Which means at least 24 wolves.
Probably
right? At least.
Because a pack.
Pack.
How many go in a pack of wolves?
We're looking at around 60 wolves.
I would say 60, 70 wolves.
You got to think.
I mean, that's when you find out if you have character or not. Right? Am I right? I mean, it's the perfect setup.
Right, I got to disappoint everybody. This isn't going to work. It's not going to let me screen my share right now or share my screen.
I really wanted to beat everyone. Darn it.
Sorry. All right, but we'll play it next time. So I have a Nick Cage game show. We're literally going to match his hairline to his movies, and it's going to be a good time.
Okay, that sounds
right. I like it.
Yeah. I was expecting like a 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon thing. This is much better.
Oh no, it's good. This will be funny and goofy.
Garrett,
what's our next assignment?
Yeah, what's our next assignment?
Oh, okay. So this was my thought, but I was hoping that you enjoyed this as much as you did, Kate. And so since you did, I'm going to recommend a movie called Blow the Man Down. That's on Amazon Prime right now. It's a pretty new movie.
Already like it.
It reminded me of the Coen brothers. So since you liked this one, Kate, I figure this is like maybe a shift in the right direction.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it takes place, I think, in a main
blow the
fishing
man down.
Blow the man down. Blow the man down. It takes place in a main fishing town. It's about the criminal underbelly of like a little fishing town, and it's.
I remember seeing previews for this. That's right. This looks pretty good.
It's real good, and it's on Amazon Prime, so everybody can watch it and chat with us about it next week.
What are they fucking laughing at?
Well, George almost jeopardized our whole program by saying, George, it's still not right. he wrote "Blow the Man" for the movie next week.
This is after dark, Ty. It's not the daytime.
But I think it was it a Freudian slip, or was it a
what's on a slip?
A Freudian.
Yeah. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, Freudian slip. But I think what it was is just a classic mistake.
I think you should just leave it at blow the man. All right, blow the man down next week. And what was that other Nick Cage movie you said that you
Oh, Adaptation is like maybe my favorite Cage performance. Check that out.
That's what we like to see. Adaptation. Yes.
This was fun. I liked Raising Arizona.
Was awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys dug that.
Really loved it.
I loved it.
It's Garrett, the G-Man. He's 3 for 3 as far as I'm concerned.
As far as I'm concerned, I have to agree with you.
Yep, 3 for 3.
Yep.
Sorry, Garrett. I feel like you like a little intellectual challenge, so that's why I'm here.
You're pushing me. It's all right. I get it.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna save you. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for tomorrow.
Save it.
Yeah, save it for tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Garrett.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, I disappointed with the games.
You did.
George.
Now he's doing it on purpose.
He's doing it on purpose now. And
this is what I like to see. This is what we need. Yes. Listen.
You know, all right. So here's
great show.
Can I just say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Say whatever you want, man.
I want to talk to George.
Oh, you're using my line. You're using my line now.
Yeah, let me say one. Let's try one more thing. We got a comment a couple months back, maybe 6 months back on our podcast, a critical comment, a Yelp review, if you will. And the big gripe was the juvenile banter that happens between George and myself. And we decided there might be some truth. There might be some, it might be valid.
Okay.
So we decided to make a conscious effort to maybe minimize the juvenile banter. And what does George do? He takes a perfectly great suggestion from our good friend Garrett,
George.
Blow the Man Down, and not once, but twice, decides to throw on the screen, Blow the Man.
Look what he's doing now.
But
I thought you guys would enjoy this. My dad tuned into the show one time for like 5 minutes, and his only comment was like, "That guy George has no idea what's going on." My partner tuned into the show one time for 5 minutes. Her only comment was, "They were just really mean to that one guy."
Oh, was it Tyler?
I actually didn't know if she meant you, Tyler, or George.
Well, the one is justified. The other one.
Talk. Why they just never let Kate get a word in? You know,
I can barely talk.
Yeah,
Kate.
I'm done talking for the whole week. I'm done.
Kate literally comes on the show sleeping. She's like, "Why don't you guys let me talk?" Well,
I was tired. I finally fell asleep.
Slumber, and we know how hard that is for you to pull off.
It's very hard.
All right, Garrett. Thanks. So next week, Blow the Man Down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Movie, if you can, listen. You have some time. Watch Adaptation. Also, it's a Nick Cage classic. And then, how do people find you? At Philadelphia.
Yes, at Philadelphia on Twitter and Letterboxd, and I write for cinema76.com, and my podcast is called I Like to Movie. And
are you recording episodes still? Like you guys are running them out? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So check that out. Any cool guests lately? What's your favorite guest lately?
We just had a guy named Chris Tauber on. He's a German filmmaker that we're friends with, and we did. What movie did we do with him? I can't. Oh, we did a Copland. Stallone movie from the 90s. It's really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll have to check that out. I love cop movies so much.
Garrett, thanks for coming on, man. It's
always a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me.
A highlight of our week when you come on.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
It is.
Thanks for continuing to test Kate intellectually.
I appreciate that.
That's I hate Kate over there. Not me. I'm not saying it might be how I feel, but is her social media. And there's an 8 in there up top. We got the Professor Fry, the big man. I'm Tyler Rothrock. Tim, ring that damn bell, my boy.
Good night, babies.
Takeout Friday. Get your restaurants ready.
That's right.